Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Next Gen Jerks, where I'm going to be comparing live versus theater mode. First off, I'm going to show you a little bit about what I'm using to record these things, and a little bit about my internet connection, because I live in the boonies in central Illinois, and I thought that was going to impair my connection, but actually I have pretty good connection throughout the United States. It's just once it starts getting out into Canada and Mexico and things like that, that's when it starts dropping off to unacceptable. Now, considering I have a decent connection, I should really, you think, not experience lag that much, but I've come to find out I experience lag a lot more than I really believe I should. So that's what kind of prompted me to put this video together. And I don't know if you've seen these videos before. I've never actually checked YouTube to see how many people do these, but I just wanted to see it for myself, and figured I'd share it, just in case no one's ever seen it. Not like they're going to see it because I don't get very views, but whatever. Now, you may notice there's definitely a timing issue as far as like my turning, my movement, my reactions. The game recording seems to be happening before theater mode. And you could make the argument, well, that's because he didn't sync it, and he just wants to, make it look like, it's bad, even though it's not. Trust me, I did the best I could to sync this. It kind of slides. It never fully gets in sync, but it slides as far as it's how bad it is out of sync. Sometimes it'll be like minuscule difference, other times it'll be an extreme difference. But that's not really the issue that I've noticed. What I've noticed is not a timing issue. It's more of just a little wonky, I'm kind of somewhere where I'm not. Like within a meter of where I'm supposed to be on the map, I could be in a different location, and so can the enemy. And that's kind of the weird thing. It's like it's not really, theater mode isn't exact. But I will have to say, I don't think theater mode is just some weird kind of, this is just kind of how you did. It's not perfect, but it does give you a show. I don't know. I don't think they would intentionally put something like that in the game, because that would kind of hurt processing power. And I thought about this, and I thought, well, considering lag is such an issue with Treyarch's multiplayer games, they should really give you an option to not have theater mode engaged, and hopefully that would improve, your overall lag situation if you're experiencing a lot of lag. But then I thought, well, wait a minute. They prominently offer this in the game, and they hype it up, and it's such a big feature. Maybe it's not some feature that they added. Maybe it's an inherent or a part of the game that actually has to be there. And I thought, well, then that makes theater mode a hell of a lot more significant than just a tool to post videos on YouTube. I mean, that's kind of, to me, seems like a byproduct of what functionality this is. To me, what this is basically just a data recording of what left your Xbox. What came in, what left. And then your Xbox actually takes the data as though the game was going on and replays it. I mean, it's not going to take that much to just save the game data, of an actual match. But in this case, that means a lot, because that means theater mode is actually what's going on in the game for you. It's not what you see, but it is what's going on for your character. And that has a serious impact on your gaming ability, because other players in the game can see what you can't. And that may sound weird, and it may sound like, well, they're just seeing what I've seen, they're just seeing it late, so technically that should give me advantage. That's not necessarily true. Actually, it's not true at all. What it means is they see you even though you're not there. I guess the best way to put it is, I'm running up this hill right now, and I'm about to go through here. And this is a great example of how wonky this is. Did you see that? Hellstorm missile launched, killed me. Killed me in theater mode first, which meant the death was already registered in the game, but I didn't see it for at least a half a second in my live gameplay because it hadn't gotten back to me that I died. And that is the overall problem with theater mode versus live. You'll be dead before you even know it. This is why it always seems like, well, I should be ahead of people. No, you're actually behind. Because when people see you, they can kill you before you see them, and you're already dead before your systems recognize that you're dead. And it happens a great deal. Just like when you're playing a game and people are kind of stutter stepping across the map, or they're moving so fast that it's just like, I don't understand, they must be cheating because they're moving so fast. No, it's because your system's trying to desperately catch up to what's going on in the game. And that's the way it's visually representing it to you. To them, they're just running around. The game's fine to them, but what you're seeing looks like feats of superhuman strength and superhuman speed. It's just, it's silly. But overall, I mean, if there was a way to monitor theater mode or play, watching theater mode, I think a lot of players would be confused. I mean, it'd be difficult to watch, what you're doing with such a delay. But at the same time, that's about the only way to make it fair. Because, I mean, if you knew that, if you saw someone in your screen, you could, move over. I don't know. I don't know how they could get around that. To me, it's just, I don't understand the science behind it. I'm not a game designer. And I know there's going to be lag in the system. There's always going to be lag in the system if you're connecting two systems together over a great expanse of network, because it's not going to be instantaneous. There's no physical way it can be. But like my average ping is around 30 to 40 milliseconds. That's nothing. That's like 5%. That's a 5% difference in what I see and what's going on. 5%. Now, 5% shouldn't even be, I mean, to me, 5% shouldn't even be visible. That would be like, I don't know, what, 2 frames? A 2-frame difference. Now, and what you're seeing between theater mode and game recording is not a 2-frame difference. Sometimes it is. Like right now, that's probably a 2 to 3 frame difference in what's going on. But it's actions. It's what the enemy's doing. It's firing. Then it jumps up to damn near like a 10 frame difference. A 10 to 12 frame difference. And that's really approaching half a second. But it only happens when you interact with other people. Because I don't know, I mean, granted, this is all just like crazy theories of mine. I don't have any proof to back any of this shit up. But I've noticed it in game too while I'm playing. It seems to me like the game will just kind of cruise on its own. As long as you're not around anyone. I mean, if the game kind of knows, if two people are coming together, all of a sudden it's got to do something to process the connection between those two, because they're coming into proximity with one another. That's why sometimes you can always tell when an enemy's close, because your screen will start to get herky-jerky and things will start to get, wonky on you. And I'm almost positive that the only reason that happens is because the game is shifting, because you are now in proximity to another player. Otherwise, it would just run as though you're playing single player. But that's just a theory. And that's my video. I mean, I really hope you enjoy it. And here's a little plug from my show, Next Gen Jerks, me and Jake from Jerkcast. We upload it to our YouTube channel. And we talk about video game stuff. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I really do. I hope you learned something about all of this. I could be just blowing smoke out of my ass about my crazy theories about theater mode. I don't know. I don't have any proof. But it'd be interesting to hear some truth. I'd be interested, at least. So until next time, pleasant journeys.